ready? I'm not going to be as funny as Alex, okay? But I'll bring up some good things, hopefully. So, as many of you know, I'm a musician, kind of like Al. You know, we grew up together playing music, so I want to recant a lot of the stories and what got me into music. I call this What I Remember from a Musical Point of View. I remember the day Al got his first guitar. It was acoustic. And shortly thereafter, he started taking lessons. My mom used to drive him to lessons, and I was too little to stay at home by myself, so she put me in the back seat. We drive to his lesson at this guy's house in Westchester. My mom and I would sit in the car for a half hour. He was in there, and I couldn't wait for him to come back out to hear about his lesson. It really intrigued me how much he was really into playing guitar. I knew there was something really serious going on there. So we lived in Westchester. We lived in this 3-4-story house, kind of weird. And Al's bedroom was up on the top floor. And I always liked listening to him practice up there. You know, I was either in my bedroom or downstairs. So much that I liked it that I would actually kind of quietly go up by the stairway, going up to his bedroom, and I would just sit there and I'd listen to him practice. And I really enjoyed it. It got me to start thinking, well, I need to do something, but I'm not going to play guitar as good as this guy, so I need to do something else. So I start thinking, well, maybe I could play keys. You know, so people play air guitar or whatever. I start playing air keys while he was up there practicing. And I don't think he ever realized I was his audience all those times. I don't think I ever told him. I don't think he ever knew. Or if he did, he never told me. I could never compete against him, so anyway, I'm sorry, I did that part. Oh, I took keys. Organ lessons. Who takes organ lessons anymore? Anybody? No. Organist, yes. I was an organist. Church organist, too. Anyway, I remember the Sunday edition of the Chicago Tribune. They had this arts and entertainment section, which they still have, and they had this column called Words and Chords. And Al and I were really excited every Sunday when the paper came. We'd go find the arts and entertainment section and find that column called Words and Chords, which was basically a write-up of lyrics and the chords for like some of the latest pop songs. So we'd clip it out, and then we'd go over, and he'd grab his guitar, and we'd sit at the organ. I'd sit at the organ, and we'd start jamming it together. That was a lot of fun. We had a lot of family parties at the Westchester house. That was an adventure. Me, Al on guitar, me on organ, Mary Ellen Novak on accordion. We'd play for everyone, polkas, hymns, pop songs, whatever. And the highlight of the night was always when Carl Novak, with one beer in a hand and a microphone in the other, would get up and start singing My Way. Al then started playing at Divine Infant Church in Westchester for the choirs and events. It wasn't too long after that I got involved in it too. I mean, after all, I was the musical brother of the talented Al Novak. The Novak brothers were a staple at the church. Masses, weddings, school events, talent shows, the sacred concert, and quite honestly, that was probably, from a musical perspective, our most formative years together. Then came the bands for Al, Dark Knight with Rick Luciani and John Perry. Poison was in there somewhere. There's other bands. They practiced a lot of times in our basement in Westchester, and I thought that was really cool because I'd go down there and there's like drums and keyboards and guitars and chords laying all over the floor and cigarette butts from John Cossack, and and I was like, that's really cool, So eventually that migrated into a couple wedding bands, Paradise and Island, and Barb Luciani, Rick's wife, her and I would go crash. We were the original wedding crashers, okay? So Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson got nothing, okay? Al was a great guitarist, hamming it up all the time with the crowd, cracking jokes, never serious. Fast forward, I eventually moved to Dallas in 1996, but I took my talents with me, and I talked frequently with Al when I was down there, telling him, about the latest band I joined or gear I was buying. I got advice on lights. I'd buy lights wholesale from him. Probably piss somebody off here, I don't know, but and he would always lament on the drama associated with people in his business, musicians, and other people, many of whom are in this room, by the way. And boy, could he complain. We had many opportunities then to play together with the farewell tour. When I would come to Chicago, I'd sit in and play with the band. He came down to Dallas a few times, and he played some, I do solo stuff and band stuff in Dallas, and he'd sat in a couple times on my solo gigs, and then we threw a band together for another time. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. So in closing, I think of Al all the time. During my band performances, my solo gigs. He really is my guiding light. I totally owe him for inspiring me to become a musician and to stay with it all my life too. I relish the times we played together, Al. I know we'll play again in heaven. I'll always remember you, and you'll remember me, because after all, we are the musical Novak brothers for all time. Thank you.